My UFC Atlanta Analysis. Main event, we got a welterweight matchup of Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. My prediction is going to be Buckley winning via decision or a late knockout or TKO. We know that Buckley's younger, 31 years old versus 38. He's faster, riding a 6-fight win streak at welterweight since he dropped from middleweight 185 to 170 pounds. We know that Buckley is favored to win mostly because, again, his speed and momentum. I'm expecting him to land extremely heavy strikes in the mid rounds, while Usman still has his wrestling. I don't think his reaction time or his layoff since October 2023 are going to be helping him. Co-main event is going to be women's flyweight Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick, and I'm leaning towards Namajunas by decision. I believe that she's going to outstrike and manage her distance pretty well against Maverick. Though we know that Miranda is gritty, she's never been comfortable off of her back. Maverick again can grind with the wrestling, but I believe that Rose's jab and movement styles are going to be the big key to victory here. Next, we got Edmond Shahbazyan versus Andre Petroski, and my prediction for this is going to be Petroski via a late stoppage. Shahbazyan has struggled against wrestling-heavy opponents in the past, and he's shown cardio issues when it goes into the later rounds. So number 2, about halfway through, and number 3. I'm expecting Petroski to grind out in the middle rounds and finish if Shahbazyan fades, which I'm pretty sure he will. Next, we got Cody Garbrandt versus Raoni Barcelos. My prediction is going to be Barcelos by decision or a submission late. My consensus is just that Barcelos is favored to win this. When it comes to the other UFC accounts, they're all picking Barcelos to win as well. He's got better, well-rounded striking and grappling. His wrestling and grappling game are going to be the big plus and advantages here. Garbrandt might try to keep it standing, and try to land some power shots, but I don't see Barcelos allowing him to do that. Next, we got Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato, a prelim, and it's light heavyweight. I'm picking Rodolfo Bellato to win by decision or a late knockout or TKO. We know that Bellato is a sizable favorite right now at negative 395 to negative 450 or somewhere around there, and he's riding a 5-fight unbeaten streak right now, which included a strong TKO comeback against Ihor Potieria before he was cut. Paul Craig, we know, his record of 17 wins, 9 losses, 1 no contest, and he's very good at submissions. He's got 13 of his 7 wins by submission, and he's dropped 3 straight and has not shown much sparkle and strategy when it comes to the striking on the feet. The striking stats are going to heavily go towards Bellato, where he's landing around 6.3 significant strikes per minute compared to Paul Craig's 2.5. My belief is that Bellato's volume striking, takedown defense, and momentum should allow him to outpoint and eventually finish Paul Craig, just like Kyle Barado got him, especially if he can avoid any grappling and submission traps. Next, we got Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Potino. It's another prelim and it's bantamweight. I'm predicting Malcolm Wellmaker via, let's go under 2.5 or under 3 rounds knockout. He's a huge favorite, around negative 2,100 to Chris Motino's plus 1,100, the biggest betting spread of the night. Malcolm Wellmaker is undefeated at 9-0 with elite finishing skills with 5 knockouts, 2 submissions, including a stunning first-round debut against Cameron Simon, who's also fighting tomorrow night. Motino is durable. We saw that when he fought O'Malley and has some stoppage power, but his striking defense is very questionable at only 28% striking defense versus Wellmaker's 53%. Myself and other analysis are all expecting Wellmaker to hit heavy early and get a finish. In a high variance battle, we know that Wellmaker has the punch power and precision, which gives him a big upper hand, whereas Motino has some experience benefits, but he's going to be eating a lot of punches just like he did against O'Malley. Next, we got Alonzo Menefield versus Omar Sy at light heavyweight. My pick is Omar Sy via decision or possibly a late knockout TKO again. He's a strong favorite at negative 700, undefeated at 11-0, and throws more volume, higher striking accuracy, and a very much higher significant striking defense over Menefield. Menefield does have the experience, and he's probably very much just as powerful as Omar Sy. He has a record of 16 wins, 5 losses, and 1 no contest, but his striking defense is lower than Sy's, meaning he takes and absorbs more significant strikes. I'm expecting Sy to control the distance and not get knocked out. I think this will be a decision victory or knockout again. With the reach and potential and precision, I do believe Sy has the ability to just control the distance Menifield's power does pose a threat, but if Sai can just control the distance, he should be fine. Cody Brundage versus Mansoor Abdul Malik at middleweight. My pick is just Mansoor Abdul Malik via early stoppage. I'm predicting second round. He's a massive favorite at -800, undefeated at 8-0 with heavy striking, a very big physical advantage, like strength and size-wise. Brundage is tough and gritty with strong wrestling and has some pop in his jab, but he's less polished on the feet and prone to getting finished early unless he takes the fight to the ground. I'm going to put a bet down for under 1.5 rounds for Malik to get the knockout. He's got the power and wrestling advantage here, and I believe that those tools alone are enough to break Brundage down and finish him before it gets too deep in the fight. Finally, we got Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee, a welterweight prelim. Key factors are that Chiesa was a former Ultimate Fighter winner. He's 36 years old and has 12 submission victories. His most recent win was a submission over Tony Ferguson, which is pretty washed up and messed up, and then Max Griffin also submitted him. McGee is 41 years old and he's a UFC veteran with a lot of different fights, but his last win was over Tim Means and it was pretty wild back and forth. But he's suffered several losses via knockout, and including 2 first-round left hook knockouts. He has a long layoff and the age may ruin his durability and pace. Style and game plan, we know that Michael Chiesa will go on that grappling control and physical and positional dominance. He's not a big knockout artist, but if he can get you on the ground and wrestle, he will grind a fight out or go for the submission. McGee has some submission pedigrees, but he just doesn't have the consistency that he's had in the past few fights. His striking defense is a very big concern, and he tends to lose late in the fight itself. Quick summary for my predictions. Usman versus Buckley. I've got Buckley by knockout or decision. Namajunas versus Maverick. I'm going with decision win by Namajunas. Shahbazyan versus Petroski. I'm going to go Petroski by late knockout TKO. For Cody Garbrandt versus Raoni Barcelos, I've got Barcelos by decision or submission. For Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato, I've got Bellato by late finish or decision. Malcolm Wellmaker, I'm going second or first round knockout for him against Chris Motino. Alonzo Menifield versus Sai, I'm going Sai by decision or knockout. And for Brundage versus Abdul Malik, I'm going Abdul Malik by knockout, probably in round 2 is my official prediction. Michael Chiesa, I'm going to say by submission or decision. And then for Court McGee, I just do not expect him to win at all. Let me know what you're predicting and if you enjoyed the analysis. And be sure to look forward to UFC 317 when I do my stuff.